What's up, guys? How we doing? I got a short and sweet little video for you today. Working on the 2016 Mustang GT here. I'm going to replace the X-pipe in it. I got a Ford Performance X-pipe that I want to put on it. There you go. This is what you get in the kit. Basically the X-pipe and a couple of clamps. Should be fairly easy install on this one. We'll see how long it actually takes me, maybe an hour or two. But basically, I want to upgrade the exhaust a little bit. For the most part, this car is stock. I haven't really done anything with the engine or the exhaust or brakes or any of that. Basically put some different wheels on it, put some hood shocks on it, so very minimal modifications to this thing so far. But what I want to do is kind of make the exhaust just a little bit louder. Anytime I go out with friends and we're cruising around, a lot of times when I'm driving this thing, that's how I know how to shift, by audio, basically by listening to the engine. And a lot of times when I'm with other friends, I can't hear them or hear my car. I always have to, I'm always listening to theirs. So I'm making shifts and all I'm doing is going off of their car, not mine. So I want to make the exhaust a little bit louder so I can hear the darn thing. And I figured I'd start with that X-pipe and see if that helps a little bit. Eventually I'd like to put the Roush mufflers on here, but they're a little spendy compared to some other ones out there. So I'll probably wait with those, but I want to start with the X-pipe and then we'll see how I like it. I don't want to go too aggressive with this thing, but I think the X-pipe will help with increase that just a little bit. So here's what we're replacing. Some people call it, I guess, a muffler or a resonator, but this is coming out, getting replaced by the X-pipe. I got my two clamps here loose. There's a little tab that's kind of on here. If you've never seen these before, you got to kind of lift them and it slides out, but should be able to slide that back. We'll reuse these clamps here. They are reusable. So we'll reuse those. And then back here, this is where we got to cut it. They want you to cut it at 4 inches basically. At the measure from the back of this lip here, or this pinch weld, and measure back 4 inches, and we'll cut it there. And then this is where the clamps that come with the kit will go, so I'll have to get those cut. The instructions actually say to take the mufflers and all this out and do it on the ground. I'm not going to do all that. I should be able to basically cut it back there and then just pull this whole thing out and then slide the new one in and then get those up. I'm hoping to have enough play back there where I can move it back and forth. And then it's basically just a matter of getting it clamped up and it should be good to go. For some reason I was thinking this was all stainless under here, and maybe it is, but it doesn't look like it the way it's rusting. The new one actually is stainless, so that should look a lot better. But maybe in the future I'll have to upgrade the rest of this exhaust. But for now, we're doing this. Well, it looks like I'm going to be pulling the mufflers down anyway here. Right now I do have the pipe cut. But I have these mufflers they're loose, so they're kind of dangling here. I have them tied up to where they should be on both sides. And kind of got them nice and square and flat. And kind of set in here in the hangers where I want them forward to back. And when I first mocked this up, it sure looked like the new pipe was bigger than the old one, so it slid over the top a little, an inch or two or so, and then I want to put the clamp on it. But apparently the way they want you to do it is butt it up right together and then put the clamp over that joint. I don't really like that theory or that way about doing it. If I'm going to do that, I just think there could be too much flex over time, and that clamp, I mean, it's a pretty beefy clamp, but I just don't know if that's going to be the way I want it here. For the most part, it would probably be fine. But if I'm going to go that far and do that, I might as well cut it right where it's supposed to be and then just weld it all the way around, and then I don't have to run clamps there. So I'm probably going to do that. Kind of got it mocked up. You can see I cut the 4 inches off, but it's Probably another inch I'll have to take off of here. So I'm just going to take my square here and try and figure out exactly where I need to cut, so it's as close as I can. Get a nice straight line. We'll pull it all down, and then I'll cut it, and then I should be able to put it back in here and get it nice and squared up. And then I'll tack it so it's level this way. I guess I could lay it on the floor too if I pull all this out. And if I know where I cut it, if I cut it just right and measure just right, I can put it on the floor and everything would be flat, and I can just tack all the way around there. So we'll see how I do that, but I'll get it trimmed off here a little bit, and we'll just get a clamp or pull it down and weld it all the way around. Got the pipes tacked up now, so this is a full system basically after where I disconnected it here. So I got it tacked in a few spots here, got it lined up, and just got to finish welding all the way around each joint, kind of clean some of this rust off and get it nice and welded. The one thing with these clamps, if you do use the clamps right here, like I said, they're pretty beefy. It's got nice strong metal in the center there, but being that this is not straight with it, it's a little bit of an angle like that where it connects. So to put a clamp on there, it's not going to necessarily seal perfect unless you can get this seam right on the bend. You can't really put it on the inside because there'd be a gap, and on the outside it would rock over this edge here, so you'd almost either have to have it on top or on bottom. This one's pretty straight here, so that one might be okay, but to put a clamp over it like that, I'd rather have it go in or, you know, slip in just a little bit, just to have some strength there, and then you put this over the top for an additional strength, just to have this thin metal as your only strength in that pipe where it's split. I just don't like that. So I'm just going to forego these and just weld all the way around here. I think that's going to be way better. So get that welded up, put it back in the car, and we'll test it out. Exhaust is back in, all tucked up nice and flush. Turned out pretty good. I just wish the rest of it looked as nice as that new piece there. But we'll get it back on the ground here, fire it up, see how it sounds. All right, hopefully you could hear that on the camera there, that the sound got picked up, but I think it sounds great. You can, at idle, you barely hear the difference, but once you get into the throttle a little bit, you sure notice that it's a lot louder, more aggressive. I like that. Once we get it out on the road, we'll see what happens. If there's any drone or anything inside, I don't think there will be, but I think it sounds great. It took a little bit longer than I thought it would, just because I had to, I ended up welding it versus using the clamps. Clamps would have been a lot faster. I just didn't like that route. But it would have been nice if they would actually enlarge that one end just so it'd slip over. But yeah, anyway, I got to work, so got it welded up and looking nice under there. So it was quick, and maybe took me 3-4 hours to get all that done. So not too bad. I could do it in a day. But yeah, guys, I like the improvement. So we'll see how it sounds on the road. But until next time, I appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time. I just wanted to let you guys know I was able to take the car out for a little drive, actually a little weekend trip down to Iowa and back with some other club members. And I didn't notice any drone with the new X-Pipe, any highway speeds, it's not there. It sounds just like stock on the inside of the car. Now the outside you could hear it was a little bit louder, which I like, but I did notice that once the engine warms up a little bit, that it does quiet down just a little bit, so just something to be aware of. But eventually I want to get the Roush mufflers put on there. I don't know how soon that'll happen. They're a little on the spendy side compared to a lot of the other ones, but just something to let you guys know. Yeah, hopefully this helps you guys if you want to, we're thinking about putting that X-Pipe on there. I think it's good quality, and I do like it. I think it was a good addition to it. All right guys, that'll wrap it up for this video. Until next time, we'll see you later.